Awesome. Well, welcome everybody to the Mailbox Power Builders Mastermind call that happens every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific. If you are watching the replay and you are an affiliate and are interested in growing your business, that's what we're here for. We're here to mastermind and help each other grow, solve problems, overcome obstacles, and just grow all our businesses. So tonight we wanted to talk about preparing for 2023, because believe it or not, it's right around the corner, and getting your business ready for 2023. So whether that be your Mailbox Power business, because that's what we're talking about tonight, or if you have another business, getting ready for 2023, mindset, preparing, planning for marketing, all of those type of things that businesses do in the third quarter, getting ready for the new year. So, I know you had some ideas, Mike, so I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, I think really, now that the holiday season is pretty much drawing to a close as far as Mailbox Power and talking about that, we thought maybe looking into 2023 would be a good thing to do. And like Brenda says, not just making plans, but trying to set some goals. Where do you want your business to be, and how are we going to get there? So maybe together we can try to build a roadmap to where we want to go, and see if we can't hit some of those marks in the new year. It really is about just staying ahead of it, looking at what we can do to grow the business. And a lot of that is just showing people what you have. You can't make them buy, but you can definitely show them the art in the art gallery, and hopefully they see the value that we see in Mailbox Power.
And if you don't, it's called next. So I think so many times we get so wrapped up emotionally in a prospect that we forget that no, or it's not the right system for them, is okay, and move on to the next person. I know, at least personally for me, early on, and even nowadays, there are times when I'm like, oh, but I know how good this would be for their business, and you want it more than they do. And it's just, you got to say next, because as they watch you and as they watch other businesses and see the testimonies, they are going to finally realize, and if they don't, they were never meant to be your customer. So welcome, Kimberly. Good to see your smiling face. So we're talking about setting ourselves up for success for 2023 in Mailbox Power, in whatever other business you have. So I think this is a great time for them to be releasing a Black Friday special. What better way to set yourself up for success in 2023 than to push really hard in the next week to talk to as many people as you can? Have you gone back and made a list of everybody you have talked to since day one when you came into Mailbox Power? I saw Lulu doing this, and then all of a sudden she stopped.
Well, because you said day one.
Day one.
I'm not there yet, but I've gone back.
One of the things that I've been doing, and Vanessa taught me this, is to go back through your calendar. If you don't have a list, I mean, it's better if you have a list or a notebook, but sometimes it's hard to organize all that because you don't remember when you talked to Kimberly or to Nanette. You don't know if it was January or February. So you have this big notebook that just has names in it and trying to go back through that. But what I started doing is going to my calendar on my phone and opening it up. Let me go to my calendar real quick. opening it up and just flipping day by day by day by day. And as long as you've put your appointments and who you've talked to in your calendar, it's like, oh, I forgot about that person. Oh, I forgot about that person. And make yourself a list, because right now is a great time to reach out and say, I know it wasn't the right time when we talked last, but there is an amazing Black Friday special going on right now that can save you a ton of money. Would you be interested in hearing about it? Just, would you be interested? If they're like, nope, or they don't answer, next. Or would it be okay if I shared the special with you? But if you'd like to learn about the special or you'd like to learn more, let me know. And if they don't answer, they don't answer.
So Brenda, would you do video text? Would you make a phone call? Would you email? What regular text? How would you do this to cover the most territory at once?
Good question. So I have been texting because I know about the special. So I'm telling people it starts tomorrow. And I don't tell them what it is, but I say it's starting tomorrow. So I've been texting, or I've been picking up the phone and calling, especially if they are affiliates on my team, picking up the phone and saying, have you heard the news? Because I want them prepared before tomorrow morning. So anybody who I haven't seen on the calls or that, I'm reaching out to them to say, hey, there's a special starting and I'd love to share it with you. Most of them I've left a message for, and a few have called back or texted me what's up, and and then we had a conversation. But it's about just, video text is great. And I'll be honest, I don't do it as much as I should. I'm more of a person that is create one text, one message, copy, paste, change the name, copy, paste. And if you're not good at changing the name, don't put the name in the copy, just put the text, so that if you forget, it doesn't matter because there was no name in it. It just wasn't personalized to them. But then what I do is I go back and I say, I know we talked a couple of months ago and it wasn't the right time, but I know you were still interested. There is a special getting released tomorrow. Would you like more information? And that's all I've been doing. And I'm going through my list because I've got a list that I did from the calendar. And today I've been sitting on the couch and adding more people to the list. Like, oh, I forgot about this person and this person. Because they might not have been an appointment in my calendar, but they were people that I've talked to in passing or at a networking event or something like that. So I'm putting them on a list and then just reaching out to all of them and saying it's a very limited time. And I haven't done this yet, but come tomorrow and especially Friday, I'm going to say, if you're interested, you need to reach out now. You can't reach out at the last minute, because if everybody reaches out at the last minute, there's no way I can get you all. Like, I only have so many hours in the day.
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Have you all made a list yet?
Yes. I haven't gone back to day one, but I have a
So
list.
how many people are on your list, Lulu?
I don't have them numbered. I don't know. Maybe I've got right now, maybe 50.
Awesome.
I'm guessing.
So think about if only 10% said yes. That'd be 5 new customers / potential affiliates for your business.
Yeah.
What would that make you feel like going into 2023? Yeah, exactly.
Well, and also what I'm also trying to do, because I have a couple people that have gotten on with the new pricing. And I'm going back to those people and saying, now is your time. Like you had talked about, you've had a couple months or whatever to use it. Now's your chance to get a yearly subscription
I
at the
love
lowest
it.
price
I was waiting
possible.
for I was waiting for what you were going to say, Lulu, because it might not, it's open to everybody, including
Yeah.
current customers, but, and I'm going to put a big old but on it, and this is just us personally. I am not going to current customers and reaching out to them to tell them they could go from 79 to 49 or 199 to 149. I am reaching out to them and I am saying the only way you can take advantage of this is to upgrade to a yearly membership or upgrade your membership to executive. Because you don't want to take money out of your pocket.
Right.
Yeah, but aren't they going to get an email from Mailbox Power?
It's not going to be super detailed about how a current customer can take advantage of it. So
Okay.
how many current customers really pay attention to that? It's an email. It's about a 10% open rate. So I'm currently going to new people or to people I've talked to in the past that have not signed up, or past memberships that have dropped off.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my focus is, because they're a past client. They already know, like, and trust you. They just didn't get the success with the system, or finances got tight. And now we all do, but each one of you know more today than you did when you signed that person up that's dropped off. And you all know that if you get them started right, and they come back on and you put them on a monthly, what I would call a card a month. That's why we have a card a month club, where we teach people to send a card a month. So you get 50 or 200 people from them, upload the contacts for them or help them, and go pick out a 12-month automation. It can be the charcuterie board. It can be holidays. It can be whatever. Go pick a 12 card, not postcard, automation, and go add those 50 or 200 people to it. Done. Yeah. They're never going away because they're getting value out of it. They don't feel like, oh, but I forgot to send my 50 or 200. I missed 2 months. That's when people quit.
Yep.
And it could be that some of those past customers dropped off because of the price increase.
Yep.
So now's a chance to go back and say, hey, we've got a great opportunity here to be able to get back onto that previous pricing, but you've got to act between now and the end of the month.
Yep. And that's a good point that Mike brought up, because there were quite a few customers that saw that email and assumed, and we know what happens when you assume. They assumed that it was an immediate price increase, and they did not read the fine print that said, as long as they stay on their current plan, it's good through July of 2023. So they were like, oh, I don't want to pay $79, so I'm going to cancel. And they didn't even realize they had a whole year. But now we need to stress that if they do this, you're locked in until July of 2023 on the monthly, and until basically Christmas next year if you do the yearly.
Yeah.
The other advantage of the yearly is, and we talked about this, I think, on the last call or 2 calls ago, it's a tax write-off. Many businesses are looking for tax write-offs this time of year. A CPA, a bookkeeper, any of those type of people that are advising businesses and saying, ooh, especially CPAs or tax people, to say, you probably need to spend some money before the end of the year if you want to avoid some taxes. Yearly membership is amazing for that. And oh, by the way, $14.90 versus $19.90. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. That's
what I really, that's my goal, is to, talking about goals, I want to get every new customer on a yearly subscription, and I want to go back during this little window that we have and convert all my monthlies to yearly.
Yep.
That's what I'm really focusing on.
So Gloria just asked a question. She said, if they sign up for a yearly membership and cancel, which you can't cancel. Yeah, I mean, you're stuck for a year, but if somehow they were able to get it canceled with corporate and it would be very extenuating circumstances, she asked, would they be able to come back in at the 49? Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely not. You've never been able to come back in at the discounted
No.
rate, Gloria.
no.
Never. Unless there was an extenuating circumstance where it was a credit card that was declined and they didn't see it, then corporate has made a few exceptions. But no, you've never been able to drop a membership and like drop an executive and get on the $49, pro membership if it wasn't available at the time.
And really,
Yeah.
this is huge. When you look at the annual for the 49, that's $490.
Yeah, less than
$490,
$500.
That's saving $300 a year. Well, more than that, because
yeah.
that's based on 10 months.
Yeah.
And you get 12 months out of it. So really $490 for a 12-month membership is absolutely awesome. Same thing with the executive. Right now it's going to be $149. So that's a $500 savings. So it's really the right time for people that have dropped off to really come back and start using the system.
It's really a $900 savings on the executive because it's currently $500 off, but $199 for 2 more months. That's another $400. That's a $900 savings right now.
I mean, who has a marketing budget so small that gives so much?
Thank you, Lulu. Thank you. So Kimberly, do you have a list?
And this is a perfect time for the people that have dropped the membership. One of my members, she dropped because she was having surgery and she's like, I just don't see myself using it, so I'm going to drop the membership. It's like now she can sign back up for the $49, pay annual, and get that tax write-off. Another one of my members was in insurance, and because he moved from insurance to what he really wanted to do is a chef, so he's cooking, and he dropped the membership, and I had already sent him a text going, you want people to eat your Sri Lankan food? We need to talk about your marketing budget because you need Mailbox Power now more than you did before. So I can't wait to have those conversations with this Black Friday special, because this will really, I'm going to really go with a sense of urgency and go, it's now or never, baby.
Yeah,
exactly.
Later will cost you a lot more money.
Yep.
Still a good value, but this is even better.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
and both of them have had the membership. They've had the experience. As a matter of fact, before Cheryl put her membership on hold because of her surgery, I sent her, I said, well, we got 50 free cards. I'm getting them out. And she was getting calls she's like, what did you send people? Because my phone is blowing up. And I'm like,
I was going to say, Kimberly, that's the thing to do when people have to have surgery or their health is bad or family situations. And they're like, well, I'm going to cancel because I just don't see using it.
Yeah.
If you have them on the autopilot, you have a 12-month automation set up for them, whether it be holidays, charcuterie board, or tips for their business, whatever it might be. If it's already set up, then what you say when they call is you say, really? Because your business could grow right now, even though you have to take a break.
Exactly.
So that's the key to everything is the automations.
Yeah, I see that so clearly now, more than I did before. That don't leave that first meeting when you're helping them get set up. Don't leave until you get something automated.
Yep. Yeah.
Because they will have the experience of people calling them back. I mean, one of my members, she said, Kim, I got a call from one of my friends, and she said, I'll never throw this card away ever. And I said, let me ask you this. Have you ever sent anything to your friends and had that kind of reaction? She said, no. I said, so now, Val, the real focus is to get a business owner to have that experience. That's what we have to do. And she's like,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Awesome. Yeah, I had somebody call me today that was blown away by my follow-up because it's a BNI member, and I met with her and was just sharing and learning about each other so that we could pass referrals. And I said, whether this is for you or somebody else, I just want you to know. Well, I sent her a card and brownies. She got the card and brownies. I've also connected her with several people. And she said, you blow me away with your follow-up, and you are a true ambassador of the system. And she's ready to get started. So tomorrow with the Black Friday special, she's going to get started. So that's exactly it, Kimberly. When you start sending stuff out and you are a product of the product, and they get that reaction, they get that feeling when they open it up, they can't help but want to try it for their business.
Yeah. And actually, I just had a great thought, because yesterday I worked, I guess it was before, was our call yesterday, the corporate announcement?
Yes.
Anyway, I worked with a guy in the morning. He's had great success using our direct mail system. I helped him integrate his jobber, which he uses for his business, with Mailbox Power. We did that. We got that all set up. And he's on the 49, and I'm going to have to just see. And he's grown. He's got 30 new clients using our direct mail system.
Wow.
Oh, you need to get a testimony from him, Lulu.
I know. I sent him a link. I'm like, dude, you gotta like do it. So he hasn't done it yet, but he will.
So Lulu,
Yeah.
this is what I've found. If you ask and you send them a link, or you ask them, send them an email and say, I'd like a testimony, it doesn't happen. Get them
So-
on a Zoom and hit record.
Okay.
Yep. And that's the way we get our actual testimonies usually. Is I'm usually on a Zoom and they say something. I'm like, oh, wait. I'm going to record this. And I pin them. So it's just them. And I do a countdown, 1, 2, 3, and I let them spiel off. And then I stop the recording. And
because he says he's using our direct mail system, and he does some other stuff. But he's like, I've grown so much that, I'm struggling to keep up with the cards.
Wow.
So I said, our next meeting after Thanksgiving, we're gonna get an automation set up, so they'll take that off your plate as well. Yeah, he went from just himself. He's got 12 employees now because he's gotten so busy.
wow.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
so my point is, he's doing well. He's like, I'm finally, like, this is a business he started. He said, I'm finally making money, and I've got to get him on that on the annual.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about it when I was talking to him, but it makes perfect sense. Like,
And
now
if
we're gonna get this.
If he's doing that well with it, and he's on the pro, the executive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think you made a great point there too, Lulu. It's about not just staying in touch with his customers, but appreciating your employees too, because really,
yeah.
when you are working in an environment where your employer really values you as an individual, I think it really makes it a whole lot easier to stay loyal to that employer and just work your butt off to help them become more successful, because that ensures that you continue to have a job.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than working for an employer that treats you like a widget, that makes you feel like you're replaceable. So really, the system that we have is great, not only for their clients and appreciating their clients, but it's also a great system for really letting employees know how valued they are in the workplace.
Absolutely. And that's a great point with him, because he's the guy I've spoken about him before. He's the guy that has the dog poop scooping business. I love this guy. But
You know,
I mean, that's a bad, like, that's like, how did he get fined 12 people willing to do that?
Yep.
the other thing you were talking about, or we were talking about testimonials. If you could come up with a series of questions that you want to be able to get into this testimonial, you just kind of lead them down the path of where you want them to go by asking them questions. Then you can always edit the questions out of your video. So it would be another great way to be able to get a 1 or 2 minute testimonial out of someone that really doesn't know where to start. But if it's a conversation, it makes it a whole lot easier for them to tell you exactly what it is that drew them to Mailbox Power and what it's done for their business.
And I'm just gonna bring up that 2 or 3 weeks ago, we talked about video and how everybody's so scared of video. Your customers are scared of video too. So they don't want to do a video testimony, but if you're on a Zoom with them, just having a conversation, it's different. I have a story, one of the testimonies out on the Mailbox Power website is a promotional products gal that is in my BNI chapter. And she had great success. And so I said to her, the CEO would like to meet you and talk to you. And she's like, oh, no problem. And we got on the Zoom. And then Joe said to her, okay, wait a minute, I'm going to hit the record button. She's like, what? She's like, Brenda. I'm like, yeah, I knew if I told you it was going to be recorded, you wouldn't show up. So,
That's fantastic.
but if you're having a conversation with somebody, it's natural. It's a lot easier to do Zoom like these type of meetings than to get on and be by yourself and trying to do a video on Facebook or something, right?
Yeah,
that's
right.
true. That's true.
I'm the queen if I haven't done it yet. That's a great idea. I love that idea.
You're welcome. So Nanette, how many are on your list?
Well, I have been up to my ears in alligators today and buried, but I went back and looked at my inactive customers. Hang on, Disney. And I have 32. And then that doesn't count JP's folks, which are underneath her. And there's probably equal number there. And with their email addresses there, I think I can easily reach out to all of those. So right at 50 to 60. And that's with going back through my calendar, like you suggested.
Yeah. So I would recommend, only because I know JP and what she does. Oh, we just lost Kimberly. I would actually recommend when you reach out to them and let them know about the special, that you include the video of Tiffany Sosa and her results, because that's a direct sales business that she has had unbelievable results. I have shared that video with 3 people, and everybody who has watched it said, wow, I need to do that. There was an Amway, there was another doTERRA. I'm trying to remember what the other business was, but I shared it and they were all blown away. They just wonder if they can get the same results. But if somebody's gotten the results already, it's proof that it can happen. You might have to tweak it here and there to get the right message and the right postcards and cards together. But
yeah.
Wow.
I totally agree. I think it is a fabulous tool for direct sales when it comes to notifying people of the schedule on, there's always a big schedule when you sign up. Oh, for the first 30 days, you get all this extra if you recruit 95 people. Then you've got your red jacket success. And there's just so many ways you can automate that stuff and make it work for you. And what I really like about what she did is putting people on the monthly subscriptions. Now that doesn't work for all
Right.
marketing organizations, but there's a lot out there that that could really help.
What
Where-
if, so I'm just brainstorming right now, Nanette, for those direct sales, and I happen to know what business JP's in, but think about all the direct sales businesses out there that do not have an auto ship. They don't have a way to do a loyalty. Why as a rep can't you do a loyalty? And every single month that they place an order, that you give a discount or you give a free gift after 6 continuous months or something like that. Why, as the rep, can you not put something in place that creates a loyalty program for your direct sales business so that those orders come in every month?
Right. And I know JP has done
Wow.
those in the past. We were calling them hostess clubs or something like that, where we take 6 people for 6 months and they rotated the hostess benefits every month. So you had to spend 30 or 50 bucks a month, whatever.
Yep.
So I don't know if she's still doing those, but it's the same concept.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely. Lulu.
Where is Tiffany's testimonial?
It's out, it's actually now on our YouTube, but it's also out on the Mailbox Power
Okay.
YouTube. I believe it's on the regular Mailbox Power YouTube. It's a lunch and learn with Vanessa.
Oh,
There's
okay.
been I think she's done 3 different ones. I'm using the lunch and learn with Vanessa, but if you go search Tiffany Sosa on
Yeah.
YouTube, you're going to find 3 different videos she's done.
Okay.
Now those are on her YouTube channel. But the lunch and learn is on ours, and it's also on the Mailbox Power.
That's good. Okay. Great. Gosh, I always get so many great tidbits and ideas.
So Gloria, I know you're off camera, but how many people are on your list? And if you can only text or put it in the chat, that's fine too. But like Nanette, you said you've got probably 50 people easily. I have 30. So think about it. Again, Gloria, if only 10% said yes, what would adding 3 customers to your business do for your business? Getting ready for 2023.
Yeah.
And I encourage every single one of you. We did not understand the power of the affiliate program to begin with. And I'll tell you, everybody I sign up, I talk to about the affiliate program because every business owner knows at least 3 or 4 others, and usually way more than that. If they know 10 and only 20% sign up, that's 2. That almost covers their membership. And now they're staying. They're not going anywhere. And if they
Yeah.
do, you still win.
Because they roll up.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I didn't
So-
really understand it either until I started coming on these calls and you said that. I was like, yeah.
So Lulu, 50.
Mhm. About, I don't know. Yeah, somewhere
So
around
we'll
50,
say 50.
probably.
So 10%, 5. But what if each one of those 5 you taught to go get 3 or 4? Think about telling them, get it paid for the holidays. Get your marketing. Our goal is by January 2023, January 1st, that you have your membership paid for.
Love it.
Everybody's looking for ways to make money this time of year. It's when, people are scrambling to pay holiday bills and they can always use some extra cash. Well, that extra cash can be used for their business. It doesn't have to be used for family and that type of stuff. What if they could just offset their business expenses?
Well, you said it, one of the first calls I ever came on, you said self-funded marketing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I talk to everybody about that now, where I didn't used to. I was missing the boat. Now, a couple of my members signed up on their own, and they've got a couple people under them. So they already figured it out before I did.
So what about since they figured it out before you, why not invite them to these calls, or why not reach out to them and make sure they know about the Black Friday special so that they
already on
add
my list.
2 or 3 more
Yep.
people to your organization?
On my list. Yep.
Gloria
Awesome,
posted.
Gloria.
And we're sorry that
Yeah.
you struggled with the passing of your parents, and that
We've been there.
yeah, and it is a struggle, and it does put you behind in other things, but I think you still have a chance to be able to make this business grow, because we really have all the components that we really need to grow this business. And it's like we've said a dozen times before, is we've got the marketing piece, and we've got the client nurturing piece, as well as the employee nurturing piece. So really, it's a complete system that if we are able to present it well, I think we can get the word across to employers and business people to understand that they really need our services. And they may not see it right away, but if you continue to drip on them and let them experience what Mailbox Power has to offer, I think that you really can maybe make some inroads with those people that just don't see it initially. And I think, one thing that I learned is, and I think we both learned early on, is that you need 4 real important skills to be able to make your business grow. You have to be able to prospect. So you have to be able to find people, you have to be able to talk to them. You have to be able to invite them to take a look at what you have. And really, it is an invitation. You're not strong arming them or anything. You're just asking them, hey, I think I've got something that could really help your business. Would you mind if I showed it to you? And then once you present what you have, then really the ball's in their court. You answer any questions they have, and hopefully they've seen enough to be able to make a decision about how Mailbox Power can either help them or not help them. If it can't help them, then there's really no place else to go. But if it can, at that point, you come to a decision point and say, well, how, let's get you started, and we'll get you going. We'll put in some automations, and we'll start this process of helping you build your business and grow your business. So really, those are the skills: is prospecting, inviting, presenting, and then just follow up, just to make sure that you've answered all the questions, and then closing them on Mailbox Power. So, and really, hopefully in that process, what you're doing is you're building a relationship with them, and just having them see that you are really genuinely trying to help them grow their business.
So I have a question before we end the call, because we're coming up on that time.
Wow.
What is your goal, each one of you? So Gloria can put it in the chat, but what is your goal for number of new clients before the end of November based on the Black Friday special? 5. Awesome. Nanette?
I would like to have 10.
Awesome.
I mean,
And that's
very-
okay if that's a stretch goal, but if you shoot for 10, so if you end up with 5 or 6, that's still a win.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm only going for 3. Awesome, Gloria. You know what? I want to say something, Gloria, because despite everything that you've gone through this year, we see you consistently showing up on the calls, and you're here. And that is a tremendous commitment, and your business will grow as a result of it. It may not be happening right this second, but I can promise you that if you keep showing up and you keep doing the work and you keep reaching out, even if it's just a couple of people a week, it can't help but grow. So I congratulate you for putting in the time and the commitment to be on the morning calls, on these calls, because it will make a difference. And we can't wait to watch you all of a sudden explode one day and you're like, oh my God, it happened overnight. And we'll be like, no, it didn't happen overnight. We were there with you all along the way. And it was just the little seeds planted all along the way that grew that harvest. So we look forward to watching that.
Yeah, I consider myself fortunate to be able to be a part of these calls because, like we've said, this is as much for us as it is for you. We just facilitate these calls, and one thing I would love to be able to do as part of our goal for next year is to grow the number of people actually attend these calls. But whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us, we will continue to do these because I think we really get a great value out of you, and we're hoping that you get some value out of what we have to bring to you.
Most definitely. And I would like to just say, I don't know you, Gloria, but what I do know is that in this community of Mailbox Power, there's so many giving, caring, supportive people. I've not found anybody that hasn't been that way. And so, if you ever need any support or anything, I am here to help you as well.
Thank you, Lulu. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nanette.
Can I change the subject real quickly?
Sure.
Okay. So, yes, I really love the givingness of this group. But a question, I met with a defense contractor today. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, and their CFO has approved them coming on to Mailbox Power, et cetera, et cetera. I would like to send thank you gifts out to the CEO, COO, about 5 people on the staff.
Yep.
I'd love to send the cell phone holder, but the cell phone holder, 2 brownies and a card plus postage is $25. The card and 2 brownies and postage is $12. What do you suggest?
Let me think about that and get with you, because I know a coffee mug is going to add a lot of weight. My first thought is a laser engraved, the black tumbler, because it's less weight than the cell phone. I don't know. You'd have to put it in the cart to see. But the other thing we have to remember or think about is, yes, it's an investment right now, and there's some money to put out right now. But when they see those gifts, if they turn around and start sending them out, it won't take long at all before you are recouping the investment that you made. So you definitely want something that's a high impact. Coasters is another one, but they're more expensive than the cell phone, I believe, holder. Maybe not. They might be less, but I'm thinking like coasters. I'm thinking the laser engraved, because it can be for coffee or drink, any type of drinks, coffee, tea, cold drinks, so they could use that and it's got their name on it. I'm just trying to think of lightweight, something more than just gourmet food.
Right. I would like a residual, something that,
right.
I mean, you open the brown them in and the experience is over, as opposed to the coffee or the wine goblet or whatever.
Yeah.
That will be on their desk.
Right. I was also thinking a journal or a laser engraved pen, but a laser engraved pen is pretty common, especially in the government contract space. but a laser engraved journal is not. So that would be another one. But again, you've got the weight. So we just have to play with it and figure out what your budget is. And then we can tweak that accordingly.
Well, the other thing that you probably send it, Nanette, that isn't real heavy and probably won't cost an arm and a leg for shipping is just the jar gripper. A jar gripper with a cutter or something, a box cutter.
So I just thought of something, Nanette. I know you want to
Mm.
send them individually, but what if you sent one big box? You'd have to individually personalize each one. So you couldn't use first name, last name, and you put it all in one box, because once you get to a certain weight, it doesn't matter if you add 10 more pounds, it doesn't add a lot of postage.
Wow.
So the bigger the box, think about it, when you send the big boxes with the laser engraved bowl with all the stuff in it, it's really not a whole heck of a lot more than just doing the like coffee mug and brownies. So what if you just did it all and you sent it to the big guy, and the card in it said, I just wanted to thank you, and here's gifts for your staff.
Love it.
So now you've kind of highlighted all of the staff,
Not only that,
and
the
now
big-
you've saved postage.
and the big boss can be the one handing it out.
Yep,
Like, now he's-
exactly. And he gets the big box. So
Right.
imagine what he's going to feel like when he gets the big box.
I think that's a great idea. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Does that help, Nanette?
It does. What do you think about sending the bowl, the big square bowl, and having the company's name put on it?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of
And then-
smaller things.
And lots of goodies in it.
Yeah.
Love it. Great idea.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let me play with that.
Yep.
Because their CFO saw the bowl today and fell in love with it.
Yeah.
So
And it's a low cost gift that they could give to their employees. So it's not like the charcuterie board that's a higher price point. It's a lower price point, but a really impressive gift that could be given to employees that would really like make a big impression.
because what they're looking at doing is sending $50 gift cards to 100 people, and I would make 50 cents.
Yeah, I would not do gift cards, and I'm glad to help you with that conversation with them. Gift card, it's sort of like giving a cash bonus. They're great at the holidays, but we were just watching a holiday movie the other day, and if you can send a personalized gift, you can still send a small gift card like we talked about a few weeks ago. But when you send a personalized gift that has their name on it, it makes way more of an impression than a gift card.
Yep.
Definitely.
So,
That's the path
Awesome.
of least resistance.
yep. Awesome. Well, any last minute questions, concerns, something we can help with, sort of like Nanette, before we close out the call for this week? Awesome.
I'm good.
Well,
I'm good.
we look forward to next week on the call, because we'll be right on the cusp of the end of the Black Friday. So I want everybody to come next week to the call with how many new customers and how many are, maybe you have appointments for the next day, because I think the last day is Wednesday of the
Wednesday.
month. So you'll still have one day to meet your goals, but let's bring Tuesday night where you're at on your goals for the month.
All right.
Perfect. Thank
Uh,
you so much.
Have an awesome Thanksgiving, everyone, and we will see you
too.
next week, when we're excited to hear of all the new signups that happened during the week.
Yay. Okay. Happy
Good night.
Thanksgiving.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Thanks, Brenda. Thanks, everybody.